All right, I'm going to do in this video number 17, 18, 23, and 26. So number 17, we're just naming the polynomial 3x squared minus 5x minus 4. There's two things that you use to name a polynomial. The first is the degree, and then the second is the number of terms, okay? So if it's first degree, we call that linear. Second degree would be quadratic, and in this case, that is what it is, quadratic. That's the highest degree of this polynomial, is the 3x squared, so the highest degree is 2, which means it's a quadratic. If it's third degree, it's cubic, and then after that, you can just say fourth degree, fifth degree, and so on. The number of terms, if it's a one term, then it's monomial. Two terms is a binomial. Three terms, which is what we have, 1, 2, 3, it's a trinomial, and then after that you can just say a polynomial. So this is a quadratic trinomial since it is the highest degree of 2 and it has 3 terms. And remember, the terms are separated by addition and subtraction. Okay. The next one is number 18. Why that doesn't work. And we are simplifying 5x minus 3 times x cubed minus 5x plus 2. Remember, when the two parentheses are just right next to each other, that indicates that we're multiplying. Okay, so we're multiplying a binomial by a trinomial. So if we were to use our box method to multiply, remember you could also distribute each term into every other term. I think it's a lot easier to see it written out with the boxes though. Okay, so we have a binomial by a trinomial, so I want a 2 by 3 box. So I have 5x minus 3 times x cubed minus 5x plus 2. And then I just multiply everything and add them all together. 5x times x cubed is 5x to the 4th. 5x times negative 5x is negative 25x squared. 5x times 2 is 10x. X cubed times negative 3 is negative 3x cubed. Negative 3 times negative 5x is positive 15x. And then finally, negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. All right, and then we want to add everything together. And we want to make sure, if we're going to write our answer in simplified form, it should be in standard form. So we're starting with the highest degree, 5x to the 4th, plus the next highest degree is negative 3x cubed, plus the next highest is negative 25x squared. You could also write that as minus 25x squared. And then we have 15x and 10x. Well, those have the same degree, so those can actually be combined to make 25x plus 25x. And then lastly, we have the minus 6 or the plus negative 6. And this is our simplified polynomial in standard form. It's a nice long one. Okay, next is number 23. And 23 is just asking us to find the degree of the polynomial. Negative 3m to the 8th plus n squared. When you're finding the degree of a polynomial, you have to look at each individual term or each individual monomial. So here is one term or one monomial. Here's another term or another monomial. You find the degree of each of those, and then the highest degree is the degree of the polynomial. So the degree of negative 3m to the 8th, the highest power is 8, so that is degree 8. On n squared, the highest power is 2, so n squared has a power of 2. The highest power in the entire polynomial is the 8, So this is a degree 8 polynomial. All right. And then the last one that we're doing is number 26. We are going to multiply. I'm going to actually do this one two different ways for you to see. So p minus 8 to the second power. This does not mean distribute the 2 into the parentheses, because this means p minus 8 times p minus 8. So there's two ways that we can do this. The first way that we learned is when you just multiply two binomials. Multiplying two binomials, you guys know actually three different ways to do it. You know how to FOIL, if you prefer that. You know how to double distribute, and you know how to use the box method, where we have a binomial times a binomial, p minus 8 times p minus 8. P times p is p squared, p times negative 8 is negative 8p, p times negative 8 is still negative 8p, and negative 8 times negative 8 is positive 64. Then we're going to combine all of our like terms. P squared, negative 8p and negative 8p combine to get negative 16p, and then plus 64. Okay? That is one way to do it. There's also the shortcut way. P minus 8 squared is a special case. That is a binomial square. And a binomial square simplifies to a perfect square trinomial. So we get the first term by squaring the first term. We get the last term by squaring the last term. And the middle term is just double the two terms multiplied. 2 times p times 8. Okay? The signs, since this is a negative sign right here, that means that the middle term is negative, and then this one is always a plus sign. So then when we simplify, you get p squared minus 16p plus 60, oh, whoopsies, thinking about the number 8. Okay, plus 64. P squared minus 16p plus 64. Two different ways will get you the same answer. So whatever way you are most comfortable with, okay? All right. That was number 26, wasn't it? Okay, so then the next video, I'm going to do three more, 35, 36, and 37.